cotton-like blanket below. In the first 10 seconds, Discovery zooms from 0 to 100 miles an hour on her way out of here up into the midnight blue sky. 3 miles away now, the rumble from the shuttle launch begins to shake the ground beneath me. If you're along the eastern seaboard, look up in the sky right now. Discovery is moving off into orbit. Still dark here on the ground in Florida, but the shuttle's up so high in the sky now, the sun casts a bright, gleaming spotlight on the space shuttle as it zooms into orbit. One heck of a sunrise here on Florida's Space Coast. The astronauts now taking in the bright sunshine as they look down at the ocean below. Strapped into their seats in their thick orange suits, the force of gravity weighing on them so heavily now. Propelled by 500,000 gallons of fuel, and there's the call, go and throttle up. Full throttle now for the Space Shuttle Discovery. Zooming towards space.
Shuttle Discovery, as Stephen said, one of just several missions remaining for the shuttle program. After that, NASA is going to have to rely on other countries' vehicles to get astronauts and equipment to and from the International Space Station until a new space vehicle under development at NASA is ready to go. Stephen, this is mainly a mission to supply the International Space Station. It's carrying, among other things, a new water filter system that could lead to an emergency IV operation to help sick astronauts in space. But there's all sorts of stuff in the trunk there.
It's 7.5 tons of cargo, Aaron. Also a machine that'll help measure astronaut muscle. New sleeping quarters described by mission managers as something about the size of a refrigerator with all the comforts of home. Science racks, science experiments, things that the scientists hope to use for many years to come. But there are only 3 more shuttle launches planned between now and September. Only 3 more times that this massive American space shuttle, which has been in use for 29 years now, only 3 more times.
Discovery copy. Two-engine call.
That call indicates that Discovery can now reach Maron in Spain should one of the 3 main engines fail. However, all 3 of those main engines are currently working well. 2 minutes
Good news
and
there
59
from Mission
seconds.
Control. The engines are working well.
79 miles away from Kennedy Space Center in Florida.
More than 3 miles into the mission. It's going to be a 13-day mission to the International Space Station.
The space shuttle carrying that crew of 7, as you mentioned, a former astronomy teacher is on board. This is under the command of Commander Alan Poindexter, and it includes the second Japanese woman to ever go into space. And when the shuttle rendezvous with the International Space Station,
We're also seeing the first of
you will
many
see for the
sunrises
first
of the
time
STS
4 different
131
women
mission.
in space. First time that has ever happened.
Also the first time there'll be 2 Japanese astronauts in space. There's the Japanese astronaut who's currently on board the space station, and then one of the astronauts, of course, on board the Shuttle Discovery is Japanese as well.
We are waiting for the signal that the solid rocket
Discovery
boosters...
Houston, you are negative return. Discovery copy. Negative return.
Negative return, Aaron, means that they can't come back here to the Kennedy Space Center. You hear there from NASA Mission Control. There's a very interesting glow that we're seeing here from the ground as the shuttle exhaust basically hits the atmosphere in a certain way with the rising sun coming up over the Atlantic coast. It seems to be a very strange trail of ghostly glow. It's quite a sight here.
Launch of Space Shuttle Discovery. We are awaiting the separation of the solid rocket boosters, an indication that all really is well, and the shuttle indeed is on its way to the